Hopefully I'm on there. Sorry, I'm trying to do things a little differently today and making sure I have the setup where y'all can see it. It's been so long since I've used StreamYard, but I thought this might be a much better way for you guys to see what I was doing today. So come on in. Let me scooch this back a little bit. Come on in to the craft room. Hello, hello. Nice to see you. I'm hoping everything will be the way it needs to be. Everybody can see fine and possibly see comments. Hang on just a second, you guys, because I need to do one more thing. I have turned off my microphone on this other device, but I'm still hearing. Let me see if I can turn that off. I want that off, but let me see if there's anything else I can do. I have completely turned there. Oh, wait a minute, maybe that's what I need to do. It will not go all the way off. Isn't that weird? Okay, I don't know how else to get that to do it. I don't know why I can't turn it off. But anyway, welcome into the craft room. Hello, hello. You guys, I'm just showing you the hand view today because we're working on tools, so I figured that was the easiest way to do it. When you hop on, say hello. And if you're catching me on the replay, just say hi or hashtag replay. I'd love to know that you were here, but welcome. Welcome into the craft room. My name is Susan. This is So Inspired Designs. I am happy to be here with you and share a couple fun tools. We're just going to play a little bit. That's all we're going to do. Just play just a little bit today. And I have not used this yet. As you can see, it's in brand new in its packaging. So I have two Chalk Couture tools that I'm going to share with you today. It's been quite a while since I've shared any of these, and this is brand new, just launched last month. And then I also have, I hope you guys are not getting that feedback because I can hear it on my iPad, and I hope it's not coming back to you. But if I don't have this on here like this, then I cannot, um, yeah, I don't know why. I don't know what else to do. I've got it muted. I don't know what else I can do. So hopefully not. If so, just please forgive that. I hope that it won't affect your watching the video. But anyway, this is another tool. It's called a tassel maker. You guys, look how fabulous that is. And we'll probably start with this one. And then I'm going to go to this one and we're just going to play a little bit. And then I actually have two other little tools that I have picked up. And I thought, well, hey, let's just check them out. Look, a couple tools from the Dollar Tree, pom-pom makers. So I thought it would be just fun to play a little bit and have a tool time Friday. So hop on in. Anyway, let's see. Let's put this aside. We'll play with this in a minute. Let's put this aside. Or actually, you know what? Maybe we'll play with that first. Maybe we will play with that first. And if I miss your comments, you guys, I will go back and check them because, like I said, I am having a little bit of issue here with my feedback. So I'm not quite sure what's happening and why I can't get that to stop. But hang with me here just a minute. I just wanted to make sure I'm not putting it on both devices right now. So, oh my gosh, you guys, there's got to be a way. Let me see if I can turn the microphone off one other way on my iPad because I just feel like if I'm hearing it, then you guys probably are going to be able to hear it. I mean, are you hearing me typing? And I've got it all the way down. So let me just turn it off for this for right now. I don't think there's a way I can. It's not even showing on there right now. I don't know why it's coming up on there. Daggone it, you guys. I apologize. I don't know what else to do to turn it off. It's not anywhere else that I can see to turn it off. And I have, yeah, I just don't know what else to do to turn it off. won't let me turn it all the way off. So I apologize, y'all. I'm hoping we'll just get through it and it won't be a problem. Okay. So this is the bow maker. I did include a little link in the description for you guys if you would like to check that out. If you want to look at this for yourself, you know, there are several different kind of bow makers on the market. The Bodabra, I think there's a couple other ones. I have never owned any of those. I have always looked for them and like at a thrift store or something, just because I never wanted to buy them. And I don't mind making like messy bows and just kind of trying to play with bows. And I don't do like a ton of bows, but this is going to make life so much easier. If you do want to make a bow, you may start making more bows just because of the fact you have this. So I want to show you how easy it is to use. And of course, it is this fabulous teal color, which of course is one of my very favorites. If you walk through my house right now, you would believe me because I have teal in every nook and cranny, I think. So for sure, it's one of my favorites. Anyway, let's see what we did. So I just opened that up. Let me move that over to the side for a second, my little tassel maker. Okay, so when you open it up, you have this wooden base, and then you have these three different dowels, I guess is the best term for them, right? And three different dowels, and then it also comes with these four little feet. So we're going to turn it over real quick, and we're just going to attach these little feet, and that's just going to obviously help it stay still. And they're just little rubberized feet. They're almost like those same things you find in your drawer, like in your kitchen drawers that help, I guess, so that they don't slam, you know, when you shut them, that they have a little buffer. That's what they feel like, the little silicone. So we'll just put those feet on there, and that will help stabilize everything. And then we'll flip it back over, and then we have obviously our, I'm going to flip it this way since I'm pretty sure you guys can see it that way, the words that way. So to start off with, I want to show you a little bit of a, how we can easily change the size. So these are obviously to make your bows bigger or smaller. And then I'm going to show you that as well. But for right now, we just need two dowels. We don't need three. We only need two. And I'm just going to put two of them like right here, right next to each other, because I want to show you. Have you ever needed to make like a really, really teeny tiny bow? If you have, and I wish I had grabbed some smaller ribbon. I was trying to find ribbon that I had that I could easily show you without having to go digging too much in my stashes. And everything is still a mess in my craft room. So I can't even find a ribbon right off the bat. Maybe I can. Maybe I can. Oh, I don't know. No, I don't think I can pull that off there. All right, well, we're just going to use bigger size right now. But have you ever needed to make one, like, for example, so let's say you needed to make just a little tiny jute ribbon for, actually, my little jute fell through. Have you guys seen these before? I have shared this on an organizational thing on my page. I don't remember if I pulled it over to YouTube or not yet. But this is just a fun way. When I organize things, I love to have things organized. Not that you can tell by my craft room right now. But I also like them to be cute, and I like them to be coordinated. And of course, I don't want to put a lot of money in them. And I can't get this lid off. There we go. So this is just a sugar dispenser from the Dollar Tree. And I have put my jute twine in here. And it's just an easy way to be able to, supposed to be easy because this was supposed to be up. But I did pull off a piece last night. I cut off a couple pieces of jute yesterday when I was doing some decorating around the house. So it just kind of has it in there and you just keep pulling. And then over in this one, I've done the exact same thing. So I just put acrylic paint on there and then like my glitter paint, one of my acrylic glitter paints over top of it, just because I like a little shimmer. And this one is a little bit different weight of a jute twine. I think that's still considered jute twine. But it is thicker and it's like the whiter, the creamier version. But have you ever needed to make just a little small, let's just say a little small bow. So let's just cut off what we need. We're just going to do this as a test because we'll use this to tie some of our other ribbon since we have it, just so I can show you. So what you could do, actually, you know what? That's probably not going to be long enough. You know what? Let me grab some of this. let me just grab this one because I have some of this in here already cut. So let's say we have this already cut like this. I don't have a particular length. You can play around with the length if you needed. You know, it looks like it's a little bit longer than this. And let's see, how much does that measure? If you guys need a measurement on this, we can do that. We could do that. Let's see. And I apologize, I'm not seeing your comments right now. I will go back and check them. This measures 10 inches long. And then it looks like, I don't know that that matters, but it looks like it's about 1.5 maybe inches wide. I don't know that that part matters, but it's 10 inches long. So from here to here, it would be less than that. It's probably 8 inches for your bows, right? The largest width of your bow. But what you're going to do is you're going to take your little, if you're just trying to do a little teeny tiny bow, like I was saying. So you just take your bow and, I mean, your twine, and you cross it over just like this. Okay. And then what you're going to do is put it underneath here. And, oh, let me get my other hand on here. Oh, I can't get it, you guys. Hang on. I'm trying to push it through here. I don't know why it's not cooperating. Go where I need you to go. And then over top, like this. Okay. So do you see we already have the makings kind of a little bow? And then what I'm going to do is I'm pulling it taut, and then I am going to tie this in a knot. I mean, not that you're going to do these a lot, but just in case you did need to do something like this. And you could do this with a very thin ribbon as well. Like I said, I didn't have any on me to find it, but look, we just did that. It basically just held my little bow part in place. It was like having an extra hand, right? While I tied a knot in it. So now I have the cutest little bow. Now I could pull these, you know, without pulling it. I could make the loops bigger if I wanted. I could tie it tighter, pull it tighter. But isn't that the cutest little bow you ever seen? So you can do that with ribbon as well as that. That's a very easy way to do it for that. Okay, so what else we can do with this bow is, let's say we are making a larger bow. So, I mean, it's almost St. Patrick's Day when I'm doing this video, so why don't we just use some of this? This is Dollar Tree ribbon, and I hope everybody can see fine. We could probably flip over there real quick. Let me see, make sure everything is still in camera. All right, I have not even cut this open. This is just from the Dollar Tree, but guess what, guys? It is wired. They've really stepped up their game with some of their crafting supplies, I feel like, over the last year or so. So it is a wired ribbon. And now we are just going to, you can decide how big you want your bow to be. Now, you know, keep in mind, this is going to go in half because we're going, well, keep this in mind. I am telling you, this will be in half once we need enough to make a tail over here, obviously, but then this, we can decide how big we want our bow. So let's just say we're going to do it the whole entire size of this, use this as our measurement of our bow maker. Okay. And then you can decide how thick you want your bow, like how many loops you want to have. But I'm going to go ahead and pick, I'm going to go ahead and fold my ribbon over. I can do this. I don't know why I feel like I've got two left hands today. Fold it over and get more ribbon, however much I want. Depends on how big you want your bow to be. I mean, that would be just a standard one thing bow. I mean, you would have just the two types of bow right there, okay? If you want it to be a little bit bigger than that, then you would keep wrapping it. And you want to keep it around the same size. That's why I'm just folding it like that. So we'll do it a couple more just to have. So now we're going to have two bows. And I'll just stop there so you can see. I guess I could have started with a single bow and then done. How about we'll do this one with just a single bow, and I'll do it with one of the other colors that I have. We'll do a double bow. But there's one bow, and then That's going to be your one bow. I'm going to cut this just a little bit longer so I have a little bit of a tail over there as well. Okay. Cut that off. I don't know. I'm not doing the best job of explaining. I will be honest with you. This is my first time using the bow maker. So I'm just kind of learning it with you. So we're playing together. So now I'm going to take my dowels and I'm going to move it up here. Just like this. Okay. And so now we have this small opening right in the middle. Okay. And that's what we're going to start working with. Okay. So you're going to take your ribbon. Make sure you have the right side up first. And I'm going to actually start it to the left like this. Okay. And I am going to place my ribbon right in here. And I'm not worried about it being straight on the end here, but I'm just kind of having it come off to the side. And I'm going to put it in where, even since this is wired, I'm going to put it in almost like that, where the wired part is coming up. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my my ribbon and I am going to twist it, because keep in mind, we want the bow to have the pattern, because this isn't a double, it's not a double-sided ribbon. We want the pattern to show when we go to pull it here, right? We want our, that's kind of like the hard part I have when I'm trying to tie one just by hand. But you want the pattern to show, so you have to twist it to make it so the pattern shows. Then we're going to put this through here again, and we're going to twist it again. And hopefully, I'm actually going to make my bow a little bit smaller. Hopefully, twist it again so that when I come back through, once I've twisted it, oh my gosh, come on. Now I can't even find the backside. Hang on, guys. Put it through here, twist it. It really will get easier the more you do it. Put it back through again so that now all of my pattern is facing up. Okay. And now I have basically my bow. I'm going to just take this little piece of, I think I'm going to use this one. I don't have anything else with me over here right now. It's not necessarily the kind I wanted to use. I might have wanted to use some green yarn, or I could have used a zip tie, or I could have used some green ribbon or one of the other color ribbons here, just to add in a little interest. But I didn't. Now, what I just did then was take my little piece of jute twine and I put it up under here. And now I am going to tie it in a bow, or a knot. I'm sorry, not a bow. Tie it in a knot and pull my ribbon off. And now you see we have our ribbon like that. We have our little bow. Everything should be facing the right way. If not, you might have to twist that one because I don't think I twisted it enough. You can play with your bow before you tie it really tight. You know, if you use a zip tie, you can also do that. You can also place that down here before you ever even, I'm just going to tie it in a double knot here so I can manipulate the bow a little bit more. The wired ribbon definitely helps with that. So this is really just for making bows. If you're making a messy bow like I make a lot of the times, you don't need a bow maker. But this is so inexpensive, it's worth having in your arsenal for when you do. Maybe you are making something that you're giving to someone as a gift and they like bows, or you really like bows. So now, because it's wired, I can manipulate it pretty good and just kind of fluff it and pull it and shape it the way I want it. And like I said, I didn't twist that one enough apparently, so I'm going to twist that a little bit more, and then take my scissors, of course, and we are going to do a little dovetail. I hope y'all can see okay. I don't have that screen on here right now. And I know my tails are different lengths, but I'm like, I don't care about it. And so now I have this perfect little St. Patrick's Day bow, and you would save some on here, you know, cut enough twine. You can use this to tie it onto something, whatever it is you're going to tie it onto. So that's how it works. Pretty easy, right? Just to do a basic one. And like I said, I can do that exact same thing and do it multiple. Like I would keep going back and forth if I wanted more bows. So we can try that. So here's one. I'm gonna set that over here. Here's two. Set that over there. And then let's try it again with a different kind of ribbon. Let's use this pretty pink ribbon. I got this at the Dollar Tree also. 3 yards. It's very sheer. It's pink. Just feels like spring and Easter, but then this is like picking up yellows, and it's got a couple different other colors in there. So I don't know if it's picking it up, if it's iridescent, or if it's colored that way, but it's really, really pretty. Isn't that pretty? Do you see the yellow in there? I don't know if it's just I can't tell because I'm wearing pastels today myself, so I can't tell. Anyway, let's go ahead and cut this. Let's figure out how much of this we want to use. I need to do it this way, you guys. I'm right-handed. Let's get that out of the way. All right, so let's do it. And you can always grab a little extra ribbon. So let's do 1, 2, 3, 4. So now I'm going to have 1 bow and 2 bows. Okay. So we'll just stop there. But you are actually doing like, I guess we could do 3 bows. It would be a nice big bow. Even numbers because your first row. So here we go. Does that make sense? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I'm going to leave a little extra in case I need to play with. Oh, that took up almost the whole roll just doing that, you guys. So if you really like that one, you might want to grab a couple because look, I used almost the whole roll doing that. And it is a very pretty color, and I don't think they have it out all the time. So, all right, so let's do it. I think maybe I'm going to try it this way because I tried it the other way that time. And like I said, I'm right-handed, and I think that was part of the problem. Okay, let's pull all of our extra over there. And of course, they always fold that last little section over. All right, so we're going to put our ribbon in here, kind of shutting it together with the inside out. Okay, put it in here like this. And we're going to twist it. Right here at the middle, we're going to twist it. You know what, this time, guys, I am actually going to cut off a little piece of this. Ribbon, because I can't imagine using that one that long anyway. And we'll use this to tie this. It's a little bit lighter color. So place your thing down in here, your ribbon down in here, and then twist it right at the middle. This one, actually, I don't know that it would matter as much because of the pattern, because it looks like it's about the same on both sides. But I'm going to twist it just because I want to make sure that we do it the right way, and I'm showing you the right technique in case you do have the ribbon like we used just a minute ago. Now, I don't like my ribbons, my bows, I keep saying ribbon. I don't like my bows to be real long. Like this one is way too long for me. I like mine to be a little bit shorter. But if you're going to do like a 3-part ribbon, which is what, or bow, which is what this one's going to be, I am going to start bigger and then work my way in. Does that make sense? So I'm going to put this in here like this, and then I'm going to twist it again because we're imagining that there's a pattern on each side. Oh my gosh, that is such a pretty ribbon. Okay, and then come over here again, and I'm going about the same width as I did on the other side. I'm going to the longest, the furthest away. Come back in here again, and then twist it again. And I'm going to make it a little shorter this time. I'm going to come in a little less. I'm going to come into this little dot, just kind of as a visual reference. Okay, and then put it back in here again, and then twist it. I probably had too much ribbon now. Depends on how many bows. I'm trying to do 3 bows. So I'm going to, again, go to this little place here, if you can see the little dot right there on this one. So it's a little bit smaller. And bring this through, squeeze it into the middle, twist it in the middle, hold it, bring it over here. And then this time I'm going to come even smaller. I'm just eyeballing it this time, but it's about to this next little circle here. Okay. And then I cut way too much ribbon because I didn't think about the fact that my bow was going to get smaller and smaller, you guys. In here again and twist it one last time. You could do this as much as you wanted. Obviously, you could keep going and going and going and have a humongous bow. Okay. Fold it here. Now this time I'm just coming in the middle. I'm not twisting it. I'm just putting it in the middle and figuring out how long I want my tail to be, which is about there. And I'm gonna cut it off because, like I said, I cut way too much ribbon. I do have more. I have a little extra there. And then I'm gonna take my little piece of twine, or like I said, you can use twine, you can use zip ties are really nice, especially when you only have your one hand to use it. I just don't have any clear zip ties that are small right now that I can find anyway. Where'd it go? Did I cut that too small? You guys, it disappeared. There it is. I swear to you, this is super easy if I could do it. This is the very first time I'm using it. I've never done it before. And I am definitely a hands-on learner. So it's pretty easy. Oh, that's not long enough, you guys. It's not long enough. Not going to be any longer. I'll cut it a little bit longer. So my little bow is going to be pretty tiny, but it's okay. Y'all saw the process and we see the outcome, the result. Okay, let's try this again. Go like this. As you can see though, at least it held it in place for me. I'm going to turn this a little bit so I can get a hold of my, I'm being frugal. I don't know why I didn't just cut off another piece of twine. I've got plenty of it, y'all. I could even do this in a really pretty, if I have another piece of, you know what, you guys, I could even use, wait a minute, look, we could even use a piece of this. Why don't we do that? Why don't we just use a piece of this? Then it kind of blends all the way in. I don't know why I didn't think of that. Let's do that. We'll save that. We could use the same piece of this yarn, or I mean ribbon. I have yarn all around me. That's why I keep thinking about yarn. Let's just use a piece of the ribbon and do it. That way it really doesn't show any different holder. Come on. Okay. See what I'm saying? And look, I could even use that as the front side. Now I need to adjust my bow because I could use that as the front, or I can flip this around to the back. Let's scooch it around back here since we considered this the back. But once you get it tied, you could go ahead and do your double knot here, or you could wait and just do one really thick knot as long as you thought it was holding it well. Or if you have a zip tie, put the zip tie on there, but don't tighten it quite as tight as it needs to be. But look, now that kind of just disappears into the bow. And now I can start manipulating it. So for example, this side is much longer than the other side. So I'm going to go ahead and pull that through. And now I'm going to, because it's a wired ribbon, I am going to be able to manipulate it a little bit. Get that out back there. And make my bow pretty. And fluff it and play with it. And then once you have it fluffed and played with or pulled through as much as you needed to, then you can make sure you have it really tight if you have like a zip tie. I went ahead and tied that ribbon pretty tight. But then you can just fluff it up. So that's how you make a basic bow. I could sit here and play with it all day, but I'm not gonna. We're just gonna go ahead and curve our little tails. And again, I'm gonna cut them. I just like to fishtail them. You can also even do them at a point. If you wanted to do them at a point, just do the opposite direction. And then you have that nice little, you can see that nice little point like that. You can certainly do that. Or if you like the fishtail, you do it the other way. Oops. Okay. So there's another bow, and that one has 3 separate bows to it. But isn't that pretty? I love that ribbon. It's definitely got yellow built into it. Yellow and pink. Very Eastery. Okay, so there's that one. Now we're going to do one more kind. Okay. So what I'm going to do for this one is I'm going to take the dowels out again. And this time I'm going to put one dowel here, and just randomly I'm going to put one here. Okay. You can do that if you're left-handed. You might want to do it the other way around. So far I haven't need to use all 3 dowels yet, but let's just see. We're going to use this ribbon this time. Okay, I'm going to show you a little bit different technique. So this is another Dollar Tree ribbon, I think. I'm pretty sure yeah, it's a Dollar Tree ribbon. Now this was from Christmas, but it happened to be one that I could easily grab. Okay. I have all my ribbon in boxes and stuff, but I can't get to any of them right now. There's too many things in the way, and I don't have them all unpacked yet, I don't think. All right, so we got glitter. We got glitter going here. Okay, so let's see what we need to do here. All right, for this one, again, we're going to do measuring some ribbon. We're going to go around this 3 times. So I want to see how much ribbon I need. Let's see. So they're at the 2-inch mark. So this is at the 2-inch mark. And we're just going to measure some ribbon to go around here 3 times. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, I don't know, 4. We're just going to kind of eyeball it. This isn't the best ribbon for this type of project. Let's see, maybe one more. Let's do 5. I feel like we need to stay with odd numbers to have enough. Let's just see. Let's just see. We're going to figure it out. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I am going to just start by taking one end of the ribbon and wrapping it here, like leaving the tail here, and then we're just going to wrap this around 3 times, I think, maybe 4 times. We'll see. And we want it to lay on each other. Okay, we want it to be right on each other. Yeah, I think we can get it around 4 times. With the amount of ribbon I cut, we can do 4 times. It would probably work better with this would really work nice with like a gingham or like a ribbon that was not wired. This would probably really, really work nice with that. Okay, so we got that. And then next, what we want to do after we've wrapped it around 3 times, we have this here. Actually, I probably need to twist that a little bit because it's colored. Let me see here one more time. 3 times. We're going to take this ribbon, instead of coming around the front, we're going to actually tuck it around the back like this. And hopefully I've made it long enough that I can do this. Tuck it around the front like this. Hoping I make it. Okay, so now I've pulled it here. I don't want to pull it all the way out. And I have this one here, and I can now tie these in a knot. I feel like that is not long enough. Hang on a second. I think I want to do it. Oh, I feel like I don't have enough there to work with. Let me see. Let me make this side longer. This was not the best ribbon choice. Let's fold it in half. I feel like I can manipulate it better. It's so wide. Let's fold it in half. And the glitter's going everywhere, you guys. Okay, let's fold it in half and make this a little bit longer here. And fold it in half. These are learning curves, you guys, but hopefully what I'm showing you is going to help a little bit. Go around. Trying to fold it in half and go around it at the same time. Because I should have probably chosen a little less wide ribbon. So I'm going around it. As much ribbon as you've chosen, it doesn't matter. You can do it however you want. But this is just another way to make a different type of bow, a little bit different bow. Okay. Trying to give you guys some options here because some of you guys are really into bows and love to make bows. All right, so now that I have this here and I have my tail here and my tail here, okay? This piece here that I just finished up with, I am going to, instead of going around the front, I'm going to tuck it here and go around the top. And then I'm going to take this side here. Look how, this is way too long, you guys. Way too long. Okay, let me make it one more time. Okay, how many times have I tried? Maybe I just need to work with less ribbon. I don't know. All right, we need a little bit of a tail. We're going to do this. Third time's a charm, right, guys? One. We're going to wrap it around as many times as we need to because I definitely cut it way too long. So we're just going to keep wrapping. And I am getting glitter from one end to the other. Y'all know how that works, right? Glitter, glitter everywhere. Because this is glitter ribbon. Okay, I'm going to just keep wrapping it until. Guys, if you have any questions, I know this hasn't been the clearest. Like I said, I just figured we'd come on and we just learn it kind of together. We just kind of play with it together. Okay, so now with this one, I feel like that's long enough. I've gone around enough times. So now for this time, this piece that I've ended up with, instead of coming all the way around to the front with it, I am actually going to tuck it underneath all of the ribbon that I just wrapped. Okay, can you see that? I'm going under there and I'm going to come up over it. And I'm going to take this piece here and bring it up. And I am going to tie them together like this. And this is going to be my back here that's facing me. This ribbon is not a good choice. Anyway, look at what we're trying to do. I'm telling you, we could do this better with a different ribbon. This ribbon was a poor choice for this particular project. But now you have a bow that is like this type of bow, okay? And obviously you can double knot it back here and you can play around with it and make it, pull it apart and have one of those little kind of bows where it goes around in the front like that. And you're using the piece that you already have on here to tie it together, kind of like we did with this, but to blend right in, but then you didn't need to add another piece. It was just, and I cannot manipulate this glitter ribbon. This is not good ribbon to use, but that is kind of what we end up with. I hope that you like that. But that's another kind of ribbon that you can create. Like I said, that was the worst one. Look at this, y'all. Look at this. Okay, let's go ahead and clean this up and we're going to move on. So that is the bow maker. I did include a link for that. If you have questions, I'm happy to try to answer them for you. This was my first time trying it, you guys, and I'm not a big, huge bow maker, so I have to really think about it as far as what goes where and what do we do with what. But that's the bow maker. Comes with the 3 dowels. There may even be other ways that you can use it. If you're familiar with how to use a bow maker, then this is just the tool that you want to get because it's small, it's cute, and it's very versatile. So we're going to move that out of the side. We're going to move all these bows out of the side. And I am going to try to clean up a little bit of this glitter before we move on because it's going to be on. I didn't think about it. I just thought about cute stuff. Everything. Here we go. It's going to be on everything we do the rest of the day. But that's a crafters for you, right? That's how it works. Okay. Ooh. I'll probably be wearing it the rest of the day too. Okay, so now we're going to do something that I feel is a little easier just because I've used it before. So the next thing that I'm going to try out is this, or I have done this before. I'm going to show you how you can do this. And I'm going to use some of this fabulous, what do you call it? This fabulous yarn. Now I can't want to say ribbon. This fabulous yarn that I got, that I shared with you guys at Valentine's when I was making that cute little paper plate project with the Valentines. I plan on doing a little shamrock one too, but I just thought this would be fun for making a tassel. So who doesn't love tassels? I love tassels. Tassels just add a little bit of extra something to everything, right? So this just takes all the guesswork out. Obviously, there are lots of little tips and tricks. I've even shown some before using a piece of cardboard, etc. This is going to take out any guesswork that you even need to worry about, guys. I am going to, the way the tool works is that this shows you right where you're going to put your tie piece, okay, to make the top part of the tassel. You can make your tassel 3.5, 4, 5, 6, 7 inches long. And this even just shows you, this is how you wrap it. So I think I'm going to make like a, let's just make a 4-inch tassel with this one, because I don't know what I'm going to put it on. I don't know what I'm going to put it on yet. Or let's do 5. Let's do a 5-inch. So I'm just going to kind of pick about the same size as a 5-inch, a little bit bigger to tie, because you'll see why at the end. And I'm going to cut that, and I'm just going to set this here. Actually, I can put it right behind it. Okay, and now I'm just going to take my ribbon here, and I am going to, actually, let's see how I want to do this. I want to start here on the number 5. I'm just going to hold it and start wrapping it around, trying to make it a little bit longer, and I can always trim it at the end. Wrap it around here. I'm going to try to put my little tie in here. Actually, no, I'm going to tie that at the end. I'm going to tie it at the end. I could do that if I was trying to make it a little holder, if I wanted a little way to hold it. Let me cut one more little piece because I'm just going to actually do an extra step. Let's just do, oh goodness, let me do a little extra step. Okay. Sorry. So what I'm thinking is, so when you have a tassel, you know, you have the part and the loops at the top, and you usually tie them to something, but you also have something you tie around it to make it have a separation before it falls down into all of the pieces at the bottom. So my thought is I want to go ahead and put the piece that I'm going to use to tie it with in here, so I don't have to try to work it through afterwards. Hopefully that is clear as mud. Boy, I don't feel like I am doing a very good job. I'm usually what I consider to be a decent teacher explaining things, and today I don't feel like I have not been on my game all week. So basically, I just took a little piece of the same yarn so that it will just be hanging here for a few minutes, because that is actually the piece that we're going to have to use to be able to tie the tassel to something later. And now I just put the end of the yarn here, and now I'm just going to start wrapping it. And I can wrap it as much as I want based on how thick I want my tassel to be. Okay. You can do that. It's at your discretion. However much you want to do, you just wrap it, wrap it, wrap it. Okay. Oh, I don't know why it keeps grabbing. Come on. All right. As much as you want it to be. Now, what happened to my little piece? Here it is. I'm going to pull it up here now, because again, this is what I'm going to use for when I go to tie it. I'm just saving myself a step of having to try to thread that something through there to be able to hang the tassel from. That's what I just did there. Okay. So I don't know. That looks like that might be, I mean, I got plenty of yarn, but it's so cute. I love this yarn. This was yarn I picked out with my little buddy at Hobby Lobby when we went shopping to find I was needing yarn, a rainbow yarn for a project that I wanted to get. I got rainbow yarn because he loves rainbow. So I just cut that, just like that. So now it's still wrapped around here. And now what we do, we have this where we want it, right? We have this up here because that was our little cheat. You don't have to do that. I just chose to do that. But you don't have to do that with your tassels if you don't want to. So now what we do is we take the piece that we got, that we measured about the same length, a little bit longer, and we put it around. This is what's going to go in and tie our yarn together. So I just feed that around the back. Got a nice little opening there. And now I'm going to tie this in a double knot, tight. Not tight enough that you break your yarn, because you know some yarns like this chenille kind of yarn. And now you see why. Oh, I thought I heard the dog. Now you see why I tried to cut it longer, was so that it can kind of fit in here. It's going to blend right in. But you're going to tie that in a double knot to make sure that you have it on there. And then you just slip it off, just like that. Okay, and like I said, now I already have this. Now, if you like yours down lower, I could have tied it a little bit closer to the bottom part instead. If you want your tassel to be a little fatter at the top, you can. And it might depend on your yarn as well. And now what we do is we find the loop of all the yarn, the middle part, like that, right? So here's all the loops that we just made. Trying to get the other pieces out of the way. There we go. There's the loops that we just, I can't get it, loops that we just made. And then you just take your scissors in the loops down at the end and cut. And now we have the cutest little rainbow tassel. It reminds me of an octopus for some reason. But isn't that cute? Look at that. Now this is chenille yarn, so that's why it's doing all this shedding. That's just happens to be what I have a majority of the yarn. I do have some other wool yarn over there. And then what you can do is you can just take your scissors and you can, if you want everything to be completely uniform, but do you see how I did that little cheat now in here? So now I have a way to hang it from something. You can just take your yarn, if I can get a hold of it, and just give it a haircut. Make everything. And you know the crafter in me is trying to think, what can I do with those little pieces that I just cut off? Oh my goodness. So that's how easy it is to make a tassel. That's how easy it is to make a tassel. Is that not the cutest thing, you guys? Okay, so that's with yarn, but maybe you want to make maybe you need to make one with twine. I am going to keep, where did I put that little piece that I had, guys? We'll use that. We'll use that I pulled off. We'll use that for our little hanging twine. Now I have a beachy house, so I can very well probably use this, or I may need to use it other times. You can use macrame cord, you can use jute twine, you can use yarn. You could do this with ribbon. If I had a thin ribbon, I could do this with ribbon. You can do this with anything you can think of that you want to make a tassel with. So we saw that one was 5 inches, right? So that one was 5 inches. That's I feel like that's a really good size, but maybe you want something a little bit smaller. Maybe you're going to make your own little garland to hang. So take a piece again. We're going to take a piece just a little longer that we're going to use to tie it with and cut that off first, hopefully without cutting myself. Okay. And then remember, this is going to be my little cheat, so I'm going to keep that up there for a second. And let's say we want to do a 4-inch one. So we're going to do a 4-inch. We're going to start here. We're going to hold our twine on the 4-inch and start here. You guys, I'm right-handed, but I'm having a hard time figuring out which way is the best way to do this. I think it's going to be easier to hold it with my left and start wrapping with my right. And again, you can do it as thick or as thin as you want. Now, before I get too far, I'm going to try to slip my little cheat in here, my little hanger, so I don't have to try to get it in there later. And then I'm going to start wrapping some more. And I'm going to wrap and wrap and wrap until I decide it's as thick as I want it to be. And of course my twine is now, I'm trying to tell you this is such a great tool. And then my twine has gotten a knot. So I'm going to have to fix that. Oh, it has been a week, you guys. Has it been a week for you? We are not going to have this issue. I'm not going to give that any power. Okay, where am I? Here I am. Here I am. Okay, put this back here. Ordinarily, that works well. If you haven't shoved your twine in there, it works really well. And you know, this would be cute for lots of different things. You can add these to the end of pillows. You can add this to make your own garland. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and stop right there. You can add it to make your own curtain tassels, you know, hangers. Okay, so here's my little holder up here. Now I'm going to take my tie, come up through here that I set aside a minute ago, right? Tie a knot. And this time I'm going to put it a little closer down to this side instead up here. So this part up here is a little wider than that other one was. I'm just going to tie a double knot. And then probably have to tuck that one through because it's twine. It's not just laying there. So I'll probably have to tuck that one down through because it wants to stand off. Sorry, guys. Someone's ringing my doorbell. I can't answer. Okay. So now just cut again, and then here we have our cute little twine tassel. Isn't that cute? So there's two tassels. So that's the two Chalk Couture tools. And now I just want to play with one of these pom-pom makers just because I have it and I've never tried it before. And they did come in 3 different sizes. So we're just going to we'll play with this one because it's bigger. But they do come in 3 different sizes and it looks like it does have a little instructional thing on the back. Sorry, someone is at my door, but I'm just not going to be able to done. I am on there. So. All right, let's just play with this. I just figured I'd show you these and we could check it out together. So let's see what we have here. So it comes, how does it come apart? Looks like something opens up. Ah, there we go. Okay, so it has, this is how it opens, like this. And then let's see here. Interesting. Okay, it's not very good instructions, but okay. Not very good instructions at all. It says loop the yarn around the pom-pom maker. I thought we'd do that in the blue that I have over here. I have a feeling that was someone who I messaged with earlier. When you hop on, say hello, my friends. Okay, so this one we're just trying to figure out for ourselves. This is from the Dollar Tree. I like ours better because I know how to use those, but this is from the Dollar Tree, and I just thought it would be fun to see if we could figure it out. make our own pom-poms too. I mean, my goodness, if we're making our own tassels and we're making our own bows, we might as well be able to make our own pom-poms. I'm sure all of us have stash that we could use for these things, right? We have um, um, yarn, we have ribbons, we have twine, we have all kinds of things we could make with it, right? So it says loop the yarn around the pom-pom maker. Well, that doesn't give very good instructions. So I don't even know. We're just gonna kind of wing it. We're just gonna do what it says, I guess. I guess you just do this. These instructions are terrible. Let me see if we can figure it out. Maybe I'll be the new instruction person for these things. All right, so we're just looping it around. But the thing is, we also need this side looped. So it all somehow goes together. So I guess you loop it here all the way around. And then I guess we just cut it off and shut that piece. You guys, I apologize. My allergies have been on overdrive this week. I'm getting ready to sneeze, I think. So we shut that after we've done it. Excuse me. I am so sorry, you guys. Okay. So we do that and we shut that side. And then let's try this one again. And I think we start from the inside here. And I can't tell. It looks like maybe here. I don't. So if you notice, it's got like this piece and then it goes to there. I think we're probably, that's not supposed to be right there, but I can't really tell from the pictures because they did not do a very good job with descriptions or with pictures. So if you've ever made a pom-pom before, maybe you already know. I have not ever made my own pom-pom, but I love pom-poms. There's something about a pom-pom. They're just fun. They're just fun. Okay. And if you're like me, you're a visual. I love to be able to see it in action first before I try it. And I didn't even try to search to see if there was anything out there. Okay. So then you guys, these instructions are not good at all. I don't even know if this is right. We're winging it. Okay. So loop the yarn around the pom-pom maker. Cut the yarn wrapped around the pom-pom maker. Okay. So then you cut it. I don't know how you do that without it coming loose because it doesn't seem like there's any, y'all, that does not make sense. I'm telling you right now, this does not make sense. Because if I cut all this, I don't think those scissors are going to work. I think you're going to need little scissors. Find my little ones. I don't know. Is it like holding it in place? I don't think I like this tool. I don't see how. I don't know, you guys. We'll try one. I'll try anything once. And it was only $1.25, you know, if I haven't lost a lot of money. I just don't think that it's told me the right way to actually get the yarn on there, like to start it and to have. Because I feel like all these little, look, that's just going to fall. That's just, I mean, that's crazy. And then use yarn to tie around the pom-pom maker. Oh, that is the worst instructions I have ever seen in my life. But it goes all the way around. How does it do that? Huh. It tells you to tie it, but it doesn't tell you where to tie it, like how to tie it, like no instructions. I don't know. Do you go in here and get it in the middle of the pieces where you cut? I mean, that would make sense, right? You guys, this is the worst tool I've ever seen. I have no idea. This is going to be a hot mess when I go to pull it off. I can tell you that. I don't see how in the world. I guess I'll have to play with this one a little bit, you guys, and figure it out for you and come back and say, oh, okay, this is how you use it. Because if I can't figure it out just by looking at those pictures, I'm sure most people aren't going to be able to figure it out either. And my idea was to come on here. Oh, what the heck? Trim the pom-pom. So how do you get it out? Wow. Okay, Dollar Tree. I'm not impressed. Not with this one. Stick with Chalk Couture tools, you guys. I don't know what I just did there, but whether I even actually just did anything. Can you pull it out? How do you even get it? I can't even get it out of the. All right, you guys. I don't know. Does that come off too? No, no, no. How do you get the pom-pom out of there? Maybe I didn't do enough sides. I guess I was supposed to do all 4 sides. Oh my gosh, look at that. That's a hot mess, y'all. Okay. I tell you what, I promise I will play with this a little bit more and try to figure it out. Because look at that. That's nothing. That was nothing but a mess. I will play with it a little bit more. I guess I should have done all 4 of them. I had to do all 4 of them around each one. There's got to be an easier way to do it. Somehow it's going to make us a little circle of the pom-pom. But I'll play with that one and figure it out, and I'll come back and I'll share it with you guys. Maybe next Friday. How's that sound? We'll try it for next Friday. I'll have another tool time on Friday. I will do some homework. But let's put those aside and let's just look at how fabulous we were able to do with my Chalk Couture tassel maker and bow maker. And I hope that you like this video. If it was helpful to you, please be sure to send it out into the universe. And please like and follow me, subscribe to me so that you can see more DIY inspiration. But here is some bows that we made with our fabulous bow maker from a very inexperienced bow person. I have never used a bow maker before, and I am not experienced making these kind of bows. I do messy bows almost all the time. So here you go. Now you know. If you're not either, then now you see that you can even make fabulous bows. And I'm sure it's just like with any kind of crafting thing, that any technique that we're using with crafting, the more you do it, the better you get at it, the more comfortable you are, and the more your projects improve. But I hope you like this today, guys. If you do, please give me a thumbs up and be sure to tell your friends. And I look forward to sharing another project with you soon. Until I see you again, please be safe, be healthy, and be blessed. Bye, my friends.